The special meeting of the board is now called to order. Angie, please call the roll.
Yes, Mr. Peterman.
Present.
Mr. Bixby.
Present.
Mr. Lane.
Present.
Dr. Machado.
Present.
And Dr. Payne. Present. And Ms. Tribble.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, seeing a quorum. I want to welcome everyone to the special meeting of the Indianapolis Public Library Board of Trustees. Thank my fellow board members for making time to attend, along with library staff and community members who are in attendance tonight. Thank you for your dedication and passion for our library. As is the practice at special meetings of the board, public comment will not be taken tonight. The next regular meeting of the board will be held on Monday, February 27th at 6:30 p.m. The agenda for that meeting will include time for public comment. The purpose of tonight's special meeting is to elect a new treasurer for the Board of Trustees. A vacancy in the position of board treasurer was created when Lolita Campbell tendered her resignation as treasurer to the board. Ms. Campbell will continue to serve NDPL as an employee, but for various reasons that the board was recently made aware of and discussed in an executive session, we need to fill the vacancy in the position in short order to ensure that daily activities of the organization are not disrupted. To fill a vacancy, a board officer vacancy at a meeting other than a regular meeting will require a motion and vote to temporarily suspend Article 5, Section 5 of the bylaws and allow this vacancy to be filled at tonight's meeting. I would entertain a motion to temporarily suspend Article 5, Section 5 of the bylaws.
I make that motion to temporarily suspend Article 5, Section 5 of the bylaws.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, in accordance with Article 9, Section 10 of the bylaws, such a motion requires the vote of 5 members. So, we need to call the roll.
Mr. Peterman.
Approved.
Mr. Bixby.
Approved.
Mr. Lane.
Approved.
Dr. Machado.
Approved.
Dr. Payne.
Approved.
And Ms. Tribble.
Approve. Thank you. So we have 5 members and suspended the bylaw as noted. Given the vacancy of, we had 6. Yeah, no. We met the threshold of 5, sorry. Given the vacancy of the position of treasurer to the board, the acting CEO, the chief administrative officer, the CFO, and the HR director have worked to identify the duties of the treasurer, which must be transitioned from the former treasurer to the incoming treasurer. State law requires that the treasurer be a member of the board or an employee of the organization. After a review of the duties to be transferred to the treasurer, it was determined that Jennifer Carter, a current NDPL employee, would be willing and able to step into the role of treasurer. Jennifer's resume has been circulated to the board in advance of tonight's meeting for consideration for the role. The chair would entertain a motion to elect Jennifer Carter to assume the duties of treasurer effective immediately. Upon election, Jennifer Carter would assume all duties assigned to the treasurer by the library bylaws, state statute, and by the 2023 annual resolution of this board adopted in November of 2022. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. A motion has been made and seconded. We'll have to call the roll, please.
Mr. Bixby, is the person present?
I need it.
That's just what I was going.
Did you get it?
Are you Jennifer?
I need it. Did you get Jennifer? She's right outside the door. Please, sorry.
Through that door.
Or you can go through it. Please.
Thank you.
Oh,
Ms. Carter. We're just about to vote on this. Did you all want to hear? We got it.
Would you make a comment? Is that appropriate to make a comment in regards to the appointment of the position? Oh, is that?
Jennifer, just tell us a little bit about yourself, your time at the library, what you do, and
Oh, okay.
thank you.
Yeah, I worked for the public library for 22 years. I started doing after school job shelving books and spent about 10 years on the public facing side of things, working in circulation. I was a circulation supervisor for our outreach department for a few years. And then in 2013, I got a position as the administrative assistant to the CFO. And I've worked in the finance department since then. In 2019, I moved into the position of budget analyst, and I worked closely with EJ, our former CFO. I've been lucky to work with a number of bosses that have been very supportive and willing to train me, and I've always been curious and willing to take on work. So now I'm working as the budget manager and working closely with Lolita. And I don't know, I'm excited to serve in this new role, and happy to answer any questions that you might have.
I think that's been great. We've had your resume and your history speaks for itself, and we didn't schedule this, and so we appreciate your coming up and sharing about yourself. So if I could,
Can I just say that your resume was very impressive? I love how you started as a page and really worked your way into different areas of interest around the library. So thank you for that 22 years of service.
for the dedication.
any other words of commendation, appreciation? Okay. Thank you, Jennifer. So
Thanks, Jenna.
we could call the roll.
Yes. Mr. Peterman.
Approved.
Mr. Bixby.
Approved.
Dr. Pollock.
Approved.
And approved. And Mr.
Approved.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know, I'm not making a sound.
Congratulations, Jennifer. Thank you for willing to step up and assist the board and the organization in this important role. If there is no other business to be discussed, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer.